Hey boys, how we doing? So, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I've done this intro like 4 times already. I'm gonna try I'm gonna try to get to the point. As you can see by the title of the video, this is gonna be the best cocaine warehouse layout in the game. I will be using this recipe. We and my homie made it. Well, I'm not sure if we made it, to be honest. I let him do most of the mixing. He could have just taken it offline. But from what I've seen, it is the most profitable recipe we have for our cocaine. Um, if you can see, we can actually sell this for average. I mean, just one goes for 1,100. I usually go for 1,000, 250, depends on the customer. Very profitable, high profit margin, low cost. Um, so this is gonna be a cocaine farm with my own or me and my homie's recipe. I've seen it online, so I'm gonna just say the best recipe. It's not mine. But if you have a better one or you use a different one, you want to use yours, don't worry. That will not mess up this build at all. This is fully compatible with whatever mix you want to make. So, sky's the limit. This is not limited to just what I have here. But you'll see that in a second. I'll show you how it all works. Before we get into it though, I do want to give you guys a list of all the materials it's going to take and how many employees and what employees you're going to need. I'm sure you already saw some in the background. With the employees first, you're going to want 4 botanists, 4 chemists, and 2 handlers. Alright? That's all you need. I know it's a lot. It's going to cost you a pretty penny. But it's going to make you a lot of money. A lot of money. This farm is going to produce so many bricks for you. I just finished this, and honestly, one night's work, I saw this efficiency. I haven't made a YouTube video in years. I was like 7 the last time I made a video, but this was so good, I got up off my ass and decided to make a video. So that's how you know this is real shit, alright? So, onto the item list. You're gonna need 24 air pots. Um, I believe the air pots do give you a debuff on the water. They need to be watered more often, although that's completely negated with the botanist as they always water it. So you're getting 30% faster grow. You're getting, I believe the full spectrum lights is okay. So the full spectrum lights is 30% faster grow, and the air pot is only 15. I apologize. Still good bonus, as well as the fertilizer giving you another bonus. So nothing from the build is going to be decreasing the quality of your product. If anything, you're going to be out of here, especially with the drying racks at the legendary quality. So we had 24 air pots, 24 suspension racks, and 24 full spectrum lights. If you don't have these unlocked yet, which I'm sure you have if you have a warehouse, you could always use a tier below and upgrade later. Same goes with the pots. But after that, we will need 8 tier 2 mixing tables. As you can see here, you're going to need 32 large shelves. Yup, you heard me, 32. I know, it doesn't look like there's 32 shelves in here. It's pretty well organized, right? And then 8 drying racks. Okay, now we got that item list out of the way. Let me go ahead and show you how this works. Alright, so we have our botanist growing our coca seed. Um, so that's 3 of them growing. One of them is dedicated solely to the drying racks. So as you can see here, I have Gary on pots, Nick on pots, Amy on pots, and then Michael is only on the drying racks. I believe this is way more efficient. You will have 3 per pot. So if you come over here, you can see I have 1, 2, 3 going to this drying rack right there. These 3 going to that back drying rack over there. And then these 2 and this back left one going to this middle hidden away drying rack, right? And then these last 3 right here. So this is completely mirrored equally on the opposite side. So once you get one down, you can just look back, copy and paste. So it'll be 4 pots here, a drying rack. Make sure you have your suspension racks and full spectrum lights. Right here, you're gonna have in this little cubby, you're gonna put two shelves right here. The farthest back you can. You're gonna put one. You're gonna put another. Then you're gonna put your drying rack. And the way you're gonna make this fit, if you don't do this right, is very important. If you don't do this right, you're not gonna be able to make this all fit nice and neat. Um, is right here. If you notice, this pot is this pillar's kind of in the pot square, right? It looks like it shouldn't be able to fit there. It does. And because it does, it allows enough room for you to have this drying rack and two shelves, which is big. I'll bring that up. I'll bring up the why in a second. But once you made sure, put the pot down. I would recommend you start with the pot. You do 1, 2, 3, all the way to 8, drying rack, and then two shelves. If you can do that, copy and paste it on the other side, and you're doing really good so far. You could put the other drying rack here and here. Copy that on the same side as well. I know it's a little different because we have a door there, but you got more room here. All right. So the way I lined up the mixing stations, I just stand it sideways, pulled it out, or you could rotate it however. Rotate it in your hand and line it up with the middle of the garage, or what looks like the middle, and kind of just go far back and smack it down. All right, and you're just gonna have them back to back. You do 4, and then another 4 on the back. So on your end, you should have your pots and then the mixing stations, right? Once you have those down, sorry about that. Once you have those down, you got the hard part out of the way, really. I know a lot of people are still getting used to the way the workers are used. It's really not that hard. If you haven't watched the video on them before, you're gonna pretty much master them with this video, alright? So, our chemists, they're assigned 4 per slot, right? The first thing you can do is get 2 of your chemists and assign them to 4 of these. I would just do 4 on each side. So 1 with these 4 and 1 with these 4. Alright? Now, with our gardeners, or botanists, sorry, you're going to 8 per side, right? One doing these 8, one doing those 8, and then the other one doing these 8. And then you're going to want to select your pots as such. You pull out your clipboard and you just highlight the 3 you want to move. In this case, it'd actually be these 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you hit manage and you hit destination and you stick it on the drying rack you want. That way you don't have to go one by one by one. Okay? Once you do that, you do the same for this one and these 2. It'll show you they're going to that rack. You'll smack it down there. You're going to do that to all the racks. You'll see these 3 over here are going to be going to this drying rack, and then these 3 over here to this one. Oh my, I completely forgot to mention the 4 cauldrons and the 4 ovens you have to add to that. Sorry. I said it now though, right? That counts? You know now? Right? Right? Anyway. Once you have all that set up, your botanist should look a little something like this. You have 1 doing all the air pots. Sorry, you have 3 doing all the air pots, and then you have 1 doing the drying rack, right? Whoever you have on the right side, you're going to want to assign to this closest shelf. And then the one on that wall, you're going to assign to this one, okay? The reason I said this would be important is it takes time for your employees to go from one to the other, pick it, put it back. So you always want to have them as close to their equipment as possible, so they're not wasting any time and you can be efficient, right? So on this side, we only have 1, right? Because you don't have another employee here. You're just going to assign him to this shelf right here. You'll stock it up with whatever you need. I'm not sure if you guys have been told this before. You've seen it in a different video. But you can actually select all your pots at the same time. I'll do so you can see. Select all your pots. Sorry. I'm trying to get this done quick. Okay. So we got all our pots. I'm pretty sure I'm missing one somewhere. You hit manage. And here you can actually pick what you want planted, what additive, and then where they're going. Really, you don't want to do destination though, because like I said, you're going to be doing 3 pot per 1 drying rack, right? So only do it for the seed and the additive. If you have money like that, you can also add PGR since they are going on drying racks. You'll get more you'll get more out of your cocoa leaves, but it will take a little longer for the drying rack to get it done as it will be kicked down a quality. Okay? So you should have your pots set up to your botanist as well as their supply shelves, as well as having your mixing tables set down. Okay, so where the handlers come in. Okay, I have these shelves right here to one, you can visualize the recipe you're gonna use. So I do it from right to left. I start with the banana, the Coca-Cola, the paracetamol, and the gasoline, and then back to Coca-Cola, batteries, horse semen, and mega beans, right? So you're gonna want to grab your first handler, and you're gonna want to hit manage, and you're gonna do routes, okay? So you're gonna start a route, and the way it works is he's gonna be stocking these mixing stations. So if we start here, if this is where our mixing is gonna start, you're gonna start your route at the shelf and make it go to this mixing station, and so on and so forth. You'll, sorry, I'll go to him again so you can kind of see it better. You'll you'll go large storage rack to mixing station, large storage rack to mixing station. See how it copies or it repeats itself? All it is going from start step by step to finish. Essentially, all your handler is doing is restocking all these mixing stations so that your chemist is never out and can always keep mixing. Because when this farm gets kicked up, in the beginning you gotta wait for your cocaine leaves to come up. But the second they do, they'll start getting cooked, they'll come out the oven, and they'll start going, stack by stack mixing station here. So your chemist will move from here to here, and then before you know it, it comes back. So he's gonna move back over here and mix it, and then this one's done, and so on and so forth, right? And you don't want your chemist to just be stuck. If you don't have your handlers, if you already used up these 3 and he comes back, there's no one to restock these mixing stations. He'll just be stuck. It's not automated, right? So again, this is what I said. Any recipe you choose. So whatever you're gonna start with, do this shelf, right? You do the banana, take the banana to the mixing station, then you do the Coca-Cola to this one, paracetamol to the third, gasoline to the fourth, Coca-Cola to the fifth, and so on and so forth, right? If you're a little confused on how they work, I mean, it's really simple. I can really just erase them all for you. So I will, because it's really not that hard. I'll just show you kind of how it runs. So, I'll show you quick. It's really this fast. I promise, it's so fast. You go from shelf to here. Then you go to your second shelf, to the second mixing station, to the third, to the third. And like I said, it is really super simple. I figured you guys would like a visual representation better. Me just pointing and showing really doesn't help, right? And then Coca-Cola bottle to here, right? And just like that, simple. You go to this guy, same thing, right? You're gonna go finish. You're gonna start where you left off. So the batteries go to this one. The horse semen goes here, and the beans go here. Okay. Next step you want to do once you're done with that is you want to pull out your little clipboard. You're going to manage your stations. You're going to set the threshold to 10. And these for you will just say none, like this. And you're going to change that. You're going to change the destination of the first one to the second one. and the destination of the second one to the third one, and so on and so forth. And you can always double check, you know, in case you forget or you missed it, you zoned out. You hover over it with your clipboard. It shows a little arrow to the machine it's going to. See? In case you're ever confused, you can double check. So your chemist will mix, and he'll move this product that he mixed over here, mix it, move that product over here, and so on and so forth. So the hardest part really was that. I know I said that for something else earlier, but that can be a little tricky. I know it's a little confusing at first, but once you get it down, I promise it is the easiest thing in the world. Just make sure you keep these shelves stocked. um, because if they run out, then there's nothing there and your chemist can't mix, right? So that's what I have these shelves up here for. They're very accessible. I have the four that I use on this side up on these walls. So I have banana, Coca-Cola, paracetamol, and gasoline. I also have some coca seeds, fertilizer, and extra long life soil. So you just come, you know, you run out on this one, go here, pick it up, and refill. Very fast, very simple. Same thing on this side. As you can see, you just do shelf, 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 shelf. Now, for your drying racks, you're going to want to select all your drying racks. And once you select them all, you're going to hit E to manage them. And you're going to hit this little gold star. So it'll normally be on this purple one. You're going to hit the gold star. That'll that'll set your target quality to the gold rarity. So all your cocaine will come out, I believe it's heavenly cocaine, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, heavenly cocaine. Um, Once you do that, you're going to select two at a time, right? The two closest to each other. We'll do these two. We'll be going to this cauldron. Then we do these back ones to the second cauldron. And then you're just going to mirror that on the other side. These two here. And then these two over on this cauldron. Okay? Then you're going to come to the cauldrons, manage it. It'll have no destination. You'll move it over to this oven, and you'll do that for each and every one of these. Then you can select all your ovens and move in to where you're going to start your mixing. This is very important, okay? You don't want, I mean, even if you were to move it, if you already did all the previous steps, nothing would really happen because they're going in this direction from here that way. So once it reaches this point, one of our handlers would actually move it. But sorry. Anyway, yeah, you're gonna want to move it to the one you're starting on. So this one, okay? If you decided you wanted to do the complete opposite, that's up to you. I have full faith in you that you would understand how it all works if you're doing that. Once you have them all set to go to here, the next step you're gonna want to do is actually assign your chemists to the cauldrons. So you'll get your other chemist, you'll hit E on him. If you want to show you, you'll hit that little plus arrow, and you'll select the cauldrons he's gonna work on. I can deselect them if you want to see what that looks like. Very simple, very fast. You'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll do the same thing for your other chemist on these lab ovens. Okay. These shelves I have on the side, like I said, they just have gasoline. That's the only thing you'll have to do is come in here and put gasoline every once in a while. But like I said, this does a really good job of staying full, as it's just one gasoline per load. So you can come in here, fill it up yourself, and that's really the only thing you'll have to do. You could even have one of your handlers do it, as one of them has an extra spot at the end. So we've got the mixing station set up. We have our chemists assigned to the 8 mixing stations, 4 and 4. Then we have 2 chemists over here. So it's 2 chemists here, 2 chemists there, and then 4 botanists. And we're also using our handlers. So next thing you're gonna do is go to the handler that is not full and assign him to the brick presses. You could actually assign the other one as well. I usually have them assigned to these three, and then the other one to these three. Um, and then you're gonna assign them to all of these, manage them, and send them to this third rack. Um, Sorry, I also forgot to mention. I apologize. The last mixing station, you're actually gonna have the destination go to this large shelf. Okay. Um, your handler will go to this shelf and take it to this brick press. Okay. So we can just go to the handler that does that. So we have this one, large storage rack to brick press. So he's going from where it all ends off. So it'll be producing all your cocaine. You get to your final mixture. It goes on this shelf. He grabs it from the shelf, takes it to the brick press, and starts laying them over here. Um, as you can see, it's fully automated. All you really have to do is stock the shelves, and your handlers will take care of the rest. They will grow their seeds. I'll show you how they all start moving here when I wake up. This is how I have their bed set up. I have one here, two, three, four. Then I have three in here. Then one, two, three. If that was a little fast, I'll take it a little slower. Just like that. This is optional. I just haven't quite set up the packing on my farm, so I come here and do some packing. But yeah, it's fully automated. They come, fill it up, they start mixing, and you just get free bricks. Each brick sells for thousands. Honestly, I couldn't give you a number, I forgot, but it's in the high thousands. Um, yeah. To be honest, I don't think there's much that beats this. It's fast, efficient, and honestly, most importantly, I don't know how important this is for you guys. I know this video is coming a little long, but it's clean. Um, I know it's clean right now because I picked up all the trash before the fucking video, but it's organized. Um, it's organized. I just come in here and pick all the trash up with my little wherever it went, a little trash arm, whatever. Um, but yeah, I know this video is running a little long. I apologize. I have not made a video in a while, and this is my third take, so you're just as annoyed of me as I am of making this fucking video for so long. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, or even improvements, please let me know down in the comment section. Yeah, I think that's everything, right? If I forgot something, if I didn't make anything clear, please comment, because according to me, I said everything I had to say. Pretty sure I showed everything I had to show. Um, yeah, right? Right, guys? Take it easy on me, alright? We're just getting started. I'm sure the quality of these videos will increase as I get better. And if you want me to post a little video on how I have my bungalow set up and farm, I will do so. I would not recommend asking for the farm because it's a little bit of a mess right now, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe, do so. If not, I'll hold you at gum. I mean, I won't really mind. But other than that, I think that sums it up. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you guys on the next one.